This audio is brought to you by Muslim Central. Please consider donating to help cover our running costs and future projects by visiting www.muslimcentral.com/donate.
So our first question, can you talk more about people with mental health? Some older generations don't believe in it and believe that praying cures it and making dua cures it. So can you just elaborate on this? I'm sorry. So the question is, can you talk more about people with mental health? Or talk more about... Thank you. Can you talk more about people with mental health? Some older generations don't believe in it, and they believe that praying cures it.
Bismillah. That's a really, really big question, and for that reason we have an entire session about it tomorrow. Inshallah, I will be one of the speakers in that session, so please come to that session. It's not something that we can just answer in 1 minute. It's a very complicated question. It's not black and white. But to just kind of give a very, very summarized answer, it isn't a black and white cookie cutter answer. There are some situations where medical intervention is necessary and needed, and it doesn't mean that one has low iman for seeking medical help. There are some situations where a different type of intervention is necessary, so it really depends on the situation. And one thing I will say is that regardless of whatever health situation you have, diabetes, cancer, mental health, any situation, dua and salah will always help regardless. And so it's not one or the other. We need to stop thinking in very black and white, it's either this or it's that, but they're not mutually exclusive. So inshallah, we'll talk more about that tomorrow.
Would you like to? Okay. I'm going to move on to the next question. So the next question is, I feel that often we are told to be ambitious at such a young age where we do not know what we want to do yet, or we are ambitious about too many things and in the end we lose ourselves. So what do you recommend to those of us who do not know where to direct this ambition and make practical use of it?
So excellent question. And again, I urge you, just like Sheikh Sulaiman mentioned and Sister Yasmin, there's really a lot of resources out in our world. We do not live in a universe with a lack of information. We are living in the greatest time in human history where we can connect to things, concepts, formats, people that can aid us in everything. And it's interesting that the Prophet told us that hikmah, any wisdom in the universe, it is our right to go and achieve. So I encourage people to go to either life coaching or people. There's so much references online. I use some stuff, but there's so many people. There's so many people out there that do it a lot better than myself, or there's a lot of experts out there. What I would advise you though is that ambition is something that comes from two things. Number one, understanding and knowing yourself. So you can be ambitious to be LeBron, and you can't dribble a basketball. Those are dreams, they're not ambitions. Anybody that stands up in front and tells you, or that little Instagram video with the nice quotes on the bottom, and says you can do anything, that person is a liar, and unfollow that person. Because you cannot do anything in life. You have to understand yourself, and we usually do not understand ourselves. So we don't put ourselves in a position to public speak, work in teams, do karate, draw, write, art. We have this extremely cookie cutter system of determining who we are. And really a lot of people flourish outside of that system. So you have to understand yourself. So that includes volunteering, shadowing people. If you cannot memorize, and if you're a person that loves to work with people, and you hate to study alone, and sit in a library for 10 hours and study, med school might not be the best thing for you. It wasn't for me. I realized that at 22. I went to the medical field and made a big U-turn. Because you gotta understand yourself. So number one, understand and analyze yourself. Push yourself, try new things, shadow people, engage with different people, and find out what you're good at outside of what people tell you. And then number two is really that you need strong mentors mentors and people that can guide you, people that can help you understand which direction to go in. Then if you can at least choose a field or a direction, then there are hopefully a lot of people in there. I usually encourage, sorry for the wrong answer, I usually encourage, if you're in college early on, you talk to somebody that's early college, late college, mid-career, end of career. You get perspectives from multiple people at multiple times in your field, and then you can get good assessment. Is this for me long term or not? And there's other techniques and other things that you can do, but really, ambition is a nice word. Really catch YouTube videos, but that's not how you determine your ambition. You got to put in the work into understanding yourself and where you're going to go with something.
Jazakallah khair. So the next question is, when you work hard on something towards your passion, how do you accept that the results are not good enough to continue the journey?
How do you accept basically where you stop and leave this goal or this objective? In general, there are many different factors that come into play. The first is istishara, seeking counsel from others, as was mentioned already. Seeking counsel from others is very important. And it's not just random people who go to for istishara. It has to be somebody who either is an expert in that area or proficient in that field, or somebody who also knows you and your strengths and weaknesses, will tell you honestly. For example, you say, I want to do, let's say somebody wants to be an NBA star, right? You tell yourself, I can do it, I can do anything, I'm the greatest, I can dunk, and so on and so forth. And then you go ask somebody who gives you an honest answer, they're like, no, you really suck at it. Don't do that. Don't waste your time with that. Now, some people might perhaps give you things in a really terrible manner, but in general, try to remove the method from the message. If somebody gives you advice in a negative manner, don't allow the method and the way that it was given to you to affect the message. The second thing is pray istikhara, and this is one of the most powerful tools for the believers. A lot of people pursue different goals in life and different decisions in life, and they don't emphasize enough the dependence and reliance upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through istikhara. Take advantage of Salat al-Istikhara. If you don't know it, you have so much access to learning it. Honestly, I would never ever tell anyone to Google it, but just Google it. Really, Salat al-Istikhara, every single one of us should be utilizing it for major and minor decisions. The Sahaba would utilize it for minor things, let alone something major like your career, or a major decision like stopping something that you think may or may not work out. And then ultimately you have to assess the situation from multiple angles, go through different decision-making processes and so on and so forth, but try to bring in people who understand, people who are more wise in life and can provide you, inshallah, some insight that will help you whether you should continue or not. And of course, as was emphasized by Sister Yasmin, make a lot of dua, make so much dua, and don't belittle the importance of dua in all of the decisions that you make. Allah.
No, they just want to Is that it? No, that's okay.
So our next question. So about building your networks, how exactly do you let the people who are bringing you down go, especially if they're very close to you?
That was yours. The Facebook feed. That up with the Facebook feed.
Oh, about Facebook? Okay, bismillah. So there's this thing that's really amazing on Facebook called unfollow, and no one has to know.
So I give that a like button, a big like button for that comment. Just do that. Really eliminate the things, as Sister Yasmin mentioned, eliminate the things in your life. In fact, you just a small study, exactly, it's probably Sister Yasmin referred to it beautifully. It's so subconscious. There was a test study of young people, I think it was college students. They gave them, very quickly, just to understand how powerful the mind's control is. They gave a group of young people, they gave them a hot cup of coffee and had them read a passage in a book. And the passage was analyzing a character, and they gave the same story to other groups of people, and they gave them a cold cup of coffee. And then they asked them later on about what they understood, how they felt about the character. The people that were holding the hot cup of coffee, they mentioned that the main character was warm, loving, and caring. The people with the cold cup of coffee, they mentioned that the character was cold, distant, and kind of mean. It is so subconscious the way the world affects our psyche and our mind. So you really have to be careful what you let into the front door, that your conscious. It can tremendously impact you, even though we don't realize it. So I like button for the comment about unfollowing.
So we have run out of time, so I would like to thank Brother Rami